Now then, we're returning to work on the Estro Blue E46 today. I guess this is kind of part 4 of the E46 revivals. Yeah, I'm still waiting for some springs. For this one, some helper springs and some other little bits. They're in the mail, but I thought, why halt progress when there's another car here which we need to resume work on? So, do you remember what we were doing last?
Oh yeah, I will warn you, the music. I've discovered another new genre. I don't know what that means, but my pal there made me a playlist and I listened to it earlier. I don't know, I've never really listened to it before, but it's pretty good. Right, so what we're doing with this car then is we're making it slightly lighter. Ever so slightly, look at the mess, man. Ever so slightly lighter. So the last thing I did here was I was trying to get this bit of plastic free where the wiring loom runs through to go over to the fuse box and the relays and stuff, right? So I need to get this piece of plastic channeling out, and at the minute it's kind of wedged between this bit of metalwork which is welded to the frame and the clutch pedal which is not welded to the frame. So I think we might have to take the clutch pedal off to give it a little bit of a wiggle. And then once we have that free, once we have all the tape off, it's going to be a case of wire by wire. These, you know, there's got to be 50, maybe even 100 wires there. I don't know exactly how many wires there are. Let's go with 50, that sounds like a more reasonable number. Wire by wire feeding through, and then hopefully deepinning, hopefully not cutting, hopefully making a clean job of removing those wires from the loom. And these are wires for things that we don't need anymore, such as the electronic seats, the in-seat airbag loom. There'll be some of the stuff from the door. There'll be stuff like the locks and stuff for the back. Central locking, no more. Don't steal anything, please. There is a little plastic nut holding it on, but now it's, as you can see, that's the clutch pedal, the plastic clutch pedal, and that's the frame. So I can't see a way of getting it out. So I think the clutch pedal's gonna have to come off, but I'll let you know. Hey, I'll let you know. Oh yeah, I tidied my toolbox again the other day. Kind of got, you know, look at that roll, but almost, look at that, it's like 85%. That looks better. Look, Knipex full set, and then stuff down here as well. Look, drill bits and that. I don't really have any storage for power tools, but quite a lot of the DeWalt stuff, not this stuff, but my DeWalt stuff has belt clips on it. So I'm thinking maybe I can just put it on the edge there, and will it still? I don't know, hang on. That could be one to try. Oh, some nice wheels there, pal. So you have you? Oh, I thought they all had belt clips on, but it would appear it's just the drill. You're kind of heavy for that, I guess. Not even the Gary grinder. All right, well maybe just the drill then. Maybe just a wee drill. Is that gonna work? Hey, even got the bit of magneto assistance maybe, but obviously it's not going to fall off when I'm dragging it if it's closed, right? I don't know if it's going to fall off anyway. Hey, how far we've come. Anyway, I'm just taking the clutch pedal off now, of course, that's why I needed the tools. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. Hey, look how some of the factory wires look. That's weird, isn't it? Well, spaghetti. Right, this is going to be one of the longest, fiddliest things I think I've ever done. There's going to be a lot of hours here. But look at this. I've just depinned a wire and I'm hoping I can drag its arse through. There was this is a multi-thingy block, kind of what they call it. But I've got a pin out, so I know exactly what all of these do. And I've just traced this wire from, I just picked a wire, you know, any wire. Pick a wire, any wire, from the do not require pile. And then I've just done a bit of tugging, so if you see a bit of tugging, you see the blue wire there? Yeah, you can see it. So I chased that all the way from this loom here, look, there it is again. So this is coming from the stuff that I don't want, right? And then, you know, just give it a little tug, and yeah, now I should be able to, if I pull on this here, that should move, right? Hey, hello. Now, I'm a little bit concerned whether or not it's going to pull all the way through cleanly. It is. Okay, that's nice. So yeah, there we go. One done. 50 to go. Oh, so that was the central locking unlock signal that went to the fuel filler cap, which we are not using anymore, as you are well aware. So yeah, one down, many more to go.
Just before I continue, let's answer the question. What's the question?
The question is, of course, is it worth it? And I mean, I guess to some people it won't. You know, there's always comments around weight saving. There's always some people who, you know, appreciate it differently or simply don't care for it. I know from these vehicles, especially the Civic, which has a ballast plate in, just how much difference, say, 9 kilos can make. It really does change the way a car feels, right? And we're going to be losing hopefully 4 times that from the car and, you know, simplifying things a little bit at the same time. But anyway, is it worth it? Well, let's weigh this. This is 2 wires. The first 2 wires that I've just removed very cleanly, absolutely sterling job. And these were to send signal from the central locking to lock the fuel door. The fuel door, which you may remember I had to bodge at the Nürburgring ones because it kept flopping open. It has a rod that comes through into here and that locks the fuel door, which, you know, it's just a car thing, right? But maybe it won't concern us too much. How much does this weigh? Remember, this is 2 wires and we're going to be removing, I don't know, 50 maybe? So we'll times this by 25, just to get a rough idea of what this is. And this is in grammage as well, so that weighs 102 grams times 25, 2.5 kilo. Okay, is that, think of the time that's going to be invested to lose 2.5 kilos. Yeah, is it worth it? I don't know. I'm going to carry on anyway, because very happy with how cleanly that came out. 100 grams? I'll take it, man. Awesome. 100 grams? Don't mind if I do. Cheers. Alright, the next wire that I'm on is giving me a new problem straight away, okay? So the wire is from Christopher Walken. It's from the PDC, the parking sensors, right? So I thought, okay, we'll do this plug next. So I followed the first wire through and it's gone to the fuse box, okay? So it's the first one into the fuse box. So this is power noise. Okay, so it comes. Right, so it comes to the fuse box, right? And it goes to this fuse 20. Fucking hell, man. Alright, we're back. Back with information and packages. Coilover springs and some special sauce has arrived. Oh, we'll see what it tastes like later. But I did some research and I got some help and advice last night, and apparently I can deep in this. Apparently it is possible. I should be able to.
3 hours later.
There's got to be some way of releasing the fucking thing. And I'm so tempted to just rag the fucking thing out, I'm telling you. But let's go and do something more fun. Yeah, let's just fucking close that door. Don't worry about that anymore. I did some maths about halfway through that to try and take my mind off what was happening. So on the car, the original springs are 8 kilos, right? And I just put 400 there. Assume there's 400 kilos on the front right axle. There's probably more, right? But just a nice number. 8 kilo spring to 400 kilo. Obviously this is not 1-to-1, but it gives us an idea. Would drop it 50 mil. We're going to put some heavier front springs, some quite considerably heavier front springs, more than 50, what, 60% heavy is, you know, quite an increase. Don't worry, it's just the stance. We're just doing it for the stance, nothing else. Don't worry about it. So what we'll do is we'll just put the shock on as low as it'll go and see what it looks like. Yeah, and I might stop the sad music for a bit because I don't think you're helping, pop punk. Bloody pop punk playlist. It's been a long December, I don't fucking care. I don't care that Naz London is not local to me, Spotify. Shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, before we get into the springy mix, Scooby's paints, BMW Sepang Bronze. I remember buying this paint once because it was meant to be like the Rays. So let's see what it can do to this. Right, that's drying. Obviously, you can see where it is, right? I'll give it another coat in a bit maybe, but let's do some coilover building. Yeah. Had this soaking for a few days now, but there is nothing getting through. Nothing. So let's just not worry about it. Yeah? Okay. Let's do the other side. Look at this. I can't believe it. Those the cheapest of cheap sockets. I'm trying to get the shaft off the other side, the coilover. And it was an 18mm, but now this had the stamp of truth. Normally you can tell if a socket's going to be any good if it's been like embossed, not embossed, engraved. This inside, it's in. What does that mean? Engraved? Maybe, but no, not this time. This 18mm is now more than. Thank you. Yeah, piece of junk, yeah. There's the money shot, yeah. So this is what we had before with an 8 kilo spring. This is what we're moving to with a much stronger spring. Fingers gap in there, 3 fingers gap there.
Give me 3 fingers of milk, Ma.
That's as scientific as you need. Some people, some kids these days will have you believe that copper grease, copper slick or whatever does nothing. This one on the left was nice to remove. This one on the right was not nice to remove. Spot the difference. Yeah, this is the one on the right's the one that killed that socket. It was that tight. That corrosions, yeah. This one did not kill any sockets. So just, you know, food for thought, copper grease fans and haters. That's nice. I've got 2 things that I think you might be interested in seeing. First of all, the top mount nuts for the BCs doesn't use the right style of nut. They're supposed to have a little kind of shoulder on here to locate into this top plate strut brace thing, and they don't. That's not interesting, Dan. Well, how about this then? Okay, the other thing you might be interested in, because you've not seen it before maybe, is how a helper spring actually works. Okay, so we've got the mainspring here, helper spring here. That's helping keep the shock tight because we've lowered the car. This is loose still, don't worry about it. Because we've lowered the car, right? We wanted to lower the car, we wanted to keep a spring. So that's all tight. There's
no load on it at the minute. So when we compress, hang on. Okay, can we see how the helper spring is disappearing, right? It's not taking any load, it's not doing any spring rate. It's just there. Okay, now the load of the car is down, right? The weight, the mass of the car is fully compressed it, right? So we do gain a little bit of ride height from that, but overall we've lost a bunch due to being able to drop this perch down, right? So watch it again. Oh, there we go. So this is a 3-inch spring as well, and I'm only using 1 inch of it, right? So we've got capacity. We could go all the way down here, I'm pretty sure. But let's throw some wheels on and see what it looks like. Right, it's time to see how the ride height is. I've been run about these things before quite often. Did I make the calculations correctly or not? Oh, it's definitely lower. I don't know, I think that looks pretty good. Maybe we could go a little bit lower, but you know, we did the thing.
Nice.
I've played with the ride height some more. I've gone up a little bit on the back and a little bit on the front too. Oh, the tyre size difference is, yeah, 285/30 to 265/35. Would have preferred a 295/30 on the rear, but wasn't in stock. I'm also wondering now if I maybe get away with a little 5mm spacer in there as well. Ooh, on the phone it looks like loads of room, so yeah, crack on, I guess. This is a 17mm, I think. Maybe a little bit too much. It's a 10.5-inch wide wheel. I think it's ET25, ET30, maybe ET25, ET30. Hey, if I can pull that off, that's pretty sick, man. It's pretty cool, right? Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, we're back here, you know. Back here, just looking. I just realised something on the old fuse box, you know. Wire comes in, yeah. Wire is fuse is shared here. Fuse is shared between mirror and the parking sensor, but it's actually like there's a rod, like the rod that connects them. There's no way to release it. I can't see any way. It's got to come out as one. Anyway, not today. Tomorrow, maybe. See ya. I'll wait until later, give it a proper wash. This should be gone, and the sun will, about 6 o'clock, the sun will go behind here and we'll maybe wash it properly, but hey. I'll try to get some snow foam or something, because I don't actually want to wash it, obviously. Well, looks pretty cool. Yes, I am definitely gonna look cool driving it, that is for sure. Now, I made a post this morning on the forums. The forums ain't dead. I made a post on the forums about the fuse box. I got some replies straight away. We need a special tool to get the wires out the tool of the fuse box, which makes sense. It's only cheap, but Amazon Prime is not so prime. The jungle site, Bezos, is not so prime up north. Today's Friday. You might think I could get it tomorrow, but I can't. You might think I could get it Sunday, but I can't. I don't have the southern privilege, so I'd have to wait till Monday anyway, which is fine because I'm not in a rush. I'm also not paying for Prime if I'm not getting it Everything's got a bit shitter lately, hasn't it? It used to be alright, that. I used to be able to get deliveries. I think they must be struggling for drivers anyway. Less pop culture, less talking about what's going on out there, Dan. We want to know what's going. I'm just going to continue doing wires for a bit, for a few hours, wait for the sun to go down and then wash that. I'm not going to do any of the fuse box wires because I want to try and do them properly with the correct tools. So I'll get those ordered. They won't be until next week. So this weekend, to find something else to do. Probably plenty of wires anyway. The wires. But yeah, I'll crack on and have fun. Bye. You know when people say stuff like, that looks right a dake, that. These wires.
All right, it's a couple of days on from the other night. I've got a wiring expert coming to help me with this, just to give me a little few tips, tell me what tools I need and all that stuff, because I don't want to cut. I'm too deep now to start cutting wires, right? A lot of this could have been done already if we just started snipping, but whatever. This has its MOT in 2 days. And I'm going to get it ready tonight, hopefully. A couple of things we need to do. Firstly, I think I'm going to have to raise the ride height on the front. Now, this front left is not too bad. I might be able to get away with that, stance nation and all that. I might be able to get away with that. But look, I can just get my finger into the top of the nail, right? I can just get it in there, right? But on this side, for whatever reason, I definitely cannot do that. So we need to go up about 10 mil on this driver's front right. Yeah, there's nothing. I can't even begin to get it in here. And then we're going to take these rear 17 mil spacers off. And Matt, who's just about leaving, you can see him. He's just found these, right? This is a combination of 5s and 3s. So what we're going to do is just mock up the rear. Probably 8 mil sounds about right. I think that should look about right. Well, I just went around and measured the ride heights, measuring from the bottom of the barrel here to the arch, and yeah, it's all over the shop for sure. The springs are roughly where they should be, but yeah, definitely all over the shop. We're 10 mil lower on the back left than the back right, and then the fronts, obviously we knew the front right was lower. These tables should be more level than the ground that it was on earlier, and it definitely seems that way. I can kind of get more of my finger in on the driver's side now, but it's still not even, and obviously it's not going to be even when I'm sat in it and driving it around. But this is not a corner weighting session. No, this is not a corner weighting session. This is a make it look cool when it's parked up session, which I know sounds so foreign, so I'll not waste too much time talking about it. But yeah, I'm just going to go around now and level it off. Oh, I love wheels. Hate cleaning wheels. I've got some ceramic coating to go on here. You might remember me doing that on some of these wheels in the past. I didn't think that much to it, to be honest, but I'm told to trust the process, trust the chemicals, apparently. So yeah, I've just been blowing the tires off to get the water out and kicked all the dust up, obviously. Dust everywhere now, so that's real good. Dust. Anybody dust? Lovely. This is the product I'm trying. Not affiliated, but different to the one I tried before. It's just some gypsy tears. See what it can do. Got the wheels pretty clean. It says to degrease the wheels, but I mean they're brand new wheels, right? They've not been outside. I've just cleaned them with water and a clean microfiber, and you know, I'm hoping it'll be. I've got some degreaser, it's slow drying. I can't really be asked, man. It's fun. Trust the process. Trust the process. Okay, I trust the process with the gypsy tears. 25 quid's worth.
You don't know where you've put it compared to like wax or something where you can see wax. Trust the process. All right, all done. I can't tell you how much I hate this shit, man. Well, I could try. I really don't enjoy doing this. It's so dull. But
I've never owned any really nice wheels from new before, you know. I normally buy wheels second hand, but these were actually cheaper new than what most people sell them for second hand. So I'll try and look after them. They're, you know, special wheels to me and all that shit, whatever. I'll try and look after them. But my God, is this boring and dull and harder than it needs to be. These pads are just, I mean, I might have dropped it on the floor a little bit, but these pads are just, they just disintegrate, and you're trying to be careful with them, and they get stuck and then obviously fall down. I dropped it quite a few times, mostly butter side up, but yeah, as you can see, the wheels, I thought they were really clean, but clearly not. I mean, it's not that, I've done all 4 wheels, right? If you can say anything, it does last long, so I can definitely do them all again, and I think I will do them all again. And I've still got 2 of them pads left. I don't know where the other one's gone, but boring. I'm just having a bit of fun here, so I thought I'd show you. I don't know if it's going to be fun for you, because it's obviously very yellow due to nighttime and yellow lights. So I've just been doing a little bit of Googling about motion ratio again, which is, you know, that's the rate of the spring compared to how it works here, science and numbers. But I'm only Googling it to find out how my changes at the spring will affect my ride height here, because that's just the job that I'm currently doing, right? But I found an interesting post, and it was talking about the ideal coilover spring weight front to back. The difference, the ideal difference with spring rate, if you want to keep it.
Can anyone guess? Can anyone guess what important mistake I just made? What important mistake did I just make? I started thinking about how the car would drive over how it would look. And that's resulted in kind of a minimum, probably of around 20 mil higher ride height on the rear. I'm gonna have to sleep on that one. But I do think I should probably give these another coat now, rather than tomorrow when they've got loads of dust on them and stuff from farms, yeah.
I just remembered something on the advertising for this on the product page. It tells you how it was created by an astrophysicist, and I just remembered how I felt when I read that. I thought, well, so what? What the fuck does an astrophysicist know about fucking wheels? I don't know, man. Made me think, is this product aimed at dummies? You know, that kind of advertising. Wow, look, a scientist actually has formulated this. That's, look, not just any scientist, but a fucking space scientist. Slightly sketchy barrel job. Give us an 11 PM barrel job, please. We've got a proper job. A proper automotive engineer from the electrical side of the pixies and the amps. All right, a little update. And the wires have been flying out of the car. Absolutely, making absolutely brilliant progress. The airbag stuff is pretty much all out now. Pretty much everything from the right hand side of the car that I wanted away with, including the door stuff, that's out of the way. Obviously the big power cables there just chilling. This man has been very useful. Matt, can't thank him enough. You might have seen him in videos before. He mostly helps Harley with this combo. This is a Saab powered combo. And yes, one day we will. One day we will, if you're wondering. Yes, one day we will. But he was up today. I don't know, he was just mulling around. I managed to catch his attention. And he's spent, I need to thank the man. He's spent a couple of hours helping me. And they've made absolutely blistering progress. He knows what he's doing with this stuff. He does this as a hobby, right? He does wiring looms for things as a hobby. So, yeah, sure. Whatever floats your goat, right? Whatever. But he's got the right tools and he's got the know-how, and we've been absolutely flying through. We've got a lot of stuff out which, you know, was plugged into the rear, and I've managed to keep it together somewhat. But quite a lot of the stuff that I'm working on at the front now is, you know, one connection block to another. So it's been a case of actually removing the wires, but depinned, pulled out. There's been 1 or 2 cuts, right? 1 or 2. There's been cases where snipping has had to happen, simply, unfortunately. And I know there'll be people out there thinking, no, Dan, that's bollocks. You didn't need to cut the wire. You could have got it. Now, the issue that I've had is because I want to keep that factory in, because I've been trying not to remove it because of the aircon situation, right? It's just been times where I wouldn't have been able to pull the terminal through, right? But we saved the terminals and everything. If I ever wanted to put the airbags back, come on, I'm never going to do that. But still need to get that prepared for the MOT tomorrow. But all I need to do is put them on, and that should be it. Cheers, Matt. Nearly 9 o'clock. Both cars I've had a right going through today. Ready for MOT, yes. And this is ready to be put back together. Hell yeah. I did not think I'd be saying that this week. Obviously we've been getting a few of the bits out and stuff, but yeah. It's nearly ready. It's obviously still a bit of a shit tip, but we've removed door loom from both sides. All of the airbag stuff's out. Everything that we didn't need from the back end. Remember, from the hip up, it's still going to be mostly an E46 with all the original lights and stuff. Didn't have to remove the aircon in the end. Hell yeah. Hopefully that still works. Otherwise that would be a royal pain in the ass. What a great day. Couldn't have done it without you, sir. Thanks for the motivation and the technical know-how. I just took the M3 for a little test drive and it's rubbing on pretty much all four corners, which I think means it's good, right? That's what it's supposed to do, yeah? MOT tomorrow. Very grateful for the man helping me today. This is done now. I just need to put it back together. Hell yeah. Exciting day. Tomorrow will be the finale of this video. I'll take you a little bit further. Come on, come with me to the MOT station. We'll give it a wash first. Time to wash the car properly. Just one slight problem. Not that, just one slight problem. Where is he? Look inside of that. I always look smaller on camera. Tell you what, I'll get another bucket. You can have that one. Come on, man. Come on. Hey, I'm free to do whatever I... Would you believe I can't find any wash and waxes, no shampoos. Although I've just found this. It's probably still good, right? Right, I've got about an hour till I need to set off for the MOT, so I'm just having a little look around here, and I don't know if you can tell. I know it's still there's still a lot of wires going on, obviously, and still it's a lot lighter than what it was, though. I don't know if you can tell. It's definitely a lot lighter. I'm going to start putting this area back together. Matt already did a pretty nice job, very nice, let's say, of this and the strip over there. And guess what else he's done for me? Who remembers why I've got that there? Well, he's put a proper plug on for it now. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just make sure everything's routed where it should be, reinstall some of this stuff, and probably work from the back forwards in doing some loom tapings. From the factory, obviously, this tape it's not completely sealed tape, right? You can see an argument either way, right? Do we want to completely seal the tape like it is here for the cluster, or do we want to do it as it was from the factory where it's kind of more like that? I think probably more like that, but then the issue is you can see wires, and obviously the car's going to be naked, right? You know, maybe we do. I don't know. I'll have a think about it. All right, I've done a little bit. Oh shit! Nearly dropped the. So that box there, part number says aerial amplifier. Right? But I'm pretty sure it does the heated screen as well. I've chased the wire, and it goes down to that relay there. So I'm pretty sure it's what I think it is. Obviously we've got no aerials to amplify. We'll get rid of this. Look at that state of that. These are like 400 quid or something from B&W new. It's just trim. People call them door seals on the forum. It's not a seal, that's the seal. This is literally just a bit of trim. And as you can tell, I've tried to stick it back on before and it stays stuck for a bit. Now that's going to look big, isn't it? I'm going to get that. To clean that up with something, but yep, that can get fucked off now because I'm sick of it. Yep, thank you. How much for the fish? Anyway, it's MOT time. Let's go. What's that? YouTuber. And now for the final test. Hey!
Right, we're officially done for this video. MOT passed. Yeah, look at the ride height. It looks pretty jazzy, right? Bug. Right, bug. Looks pretty jazzy, right? You like it? Yeah, reckon I'll get the internet points. Give me some of them internet points. Mamma mia, yeah? I'm going to continue working on the blue car. I think you've seen enough of the wiring. Hopefully, start the next video. I'll start the next video by showing you a really tidy looking E46 interior, if you fancy, yeah? I'm hopefully going to be driving this around just for my daily for a bit now. Yeah, why not? Finally got some road miles on the T-Hees. One advisory, just the one advisory, and it was to do with the rear tyres being a bit too close maybe to the rear arches. Maybe I have to go old school and get the arch roller out and flatten them back a little bit. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, car is officially back on the road. We did it. Now just the other one to worry about. I'll see you there.